Fuck. Why is nothing ever simple?
Hi guys, the Rambling Pedant here, bringing you a video on the EU referendum, because I thought it'd be a nice way to start out this channel. So let's get straight into it. I've written down some notes and we'll go through it. So to start with, I'd like to say there are a lot of well-informed opinions on, and not opinions, just views on both sides. Although I think the Remain side tries harder to appeal to young people, so that's where all the people from the young side go into that. I believe in democratic socialism, which is one of the reasons I want to leave, and we'll get into that more so throughout the video and why I'm voting to leave. This is basically a video on why I'm wanting to leave rather than stay. So I am wanting to leave the EU despite people like Nigel Farage and other such dicks. European Union's pretty damn corrupt, so all these points are pretty mixed up, so I probably should have organised them better beforehand. But yeah, the European Union's corrupt, and I know the Tories are corrupt as well, if not more so. But as the Angry Dwarf put it the other day to me, I'd rather have one corrupt governance than one. So, yeah. In this case, one's better than two. If we do end up leaving the EU, then we will still have relations and trade relations, etc. For example, Germany is advocate. Sorry about that. They are advocating for a fair deal for the UK if they leave the EU. So they'd more than likely be still be a trade partner of sorts, I guess. We'd probably end up being just more like Holland. We'd still communicate with the EU. We just wouldn't be a part of it. At the moment, other countries can vote on our issues within our country when they are most likely not as well informed as the people living in those countries, because the people living in those countries do have to live with those decisions. So it seems a bit dodgy that they'd be allowed to vote on another country's issues. Anyway, I don't have any issues with people wanting to remain, as it is a tough decision because there are a mass amount of positives and negatives on both sides of the argument. So, yeah, and people I greatly respect are campaigning to remain, such as Eddie Izzard, who is a very intelligent man, and I grew up with his stand-ups, and they are great, and it performs in countries all over Europe and he performs in those languages, and it is pretty cool. But anyway, enough about that. But yeah, so I'm not going to lose respect for someone because they disagree with me on this, because it is a tough issue. So yeah. There are a lot of people saying that the EU is basically sort of like a club to stop wars within that area, but if it was that, then if it was only that, then there would be no need for a vote, because nobody would vote against it, because that's ridiculous. But anyway, that's an annoying one, but that's not the issue, because the issue is that it's undemocratic and things like that. There are a lot of issues with it. It's undemocratic because most of the decisions made within the EU are made by non-elected representatives. So they do not represent the people they claim to represent. That is the opposite of democracy. They are unelected. That okay. Next point. And they're corrupt through large corporations. For example, Goldman Sachs. That's one of the people supporting the Remain campaign, while also being one of the largest contributors to the Wall Street crash. So that's fun. Also, Bet365, which is a gambling company, are supporting the Remain campaign, so I assume they've got webs out in other European countries, but yeah. Don't really know much about that one. Yeah, they're both big money donors to the Remain campaign anyway, so that's fun. Yeah, I've done that one. Yeah, and again, it is a hard decision, and there is a lot of uncertainty on both sides of the vote. However, if money is the issue, I'd rather live in a poor democracy where people actually do decide who represents them and so on, rather than a rich oligarchy. And if you don't know what an oligarchy is, I have the definition up, or I did. I can't bother to search it now, but it was, in short, a country governed by a group of people rather than like a small group, like not necessarily small, but it's not a democracy. It's just not. It's a democracy within that group, and that's it. Basically, the richest people in the country get to decide what to do with it. Which is, and the EU I know isn't a country, obviously, but it's the same concept. It's still an oligarchy. It's controlled by a group of people who are unelected, and they claim to be a democracy. That's just simply untrue. I want to live in a system where votes are earned and not bought, like they are in campaign contributions a lot of the time and stuff like that. I think a lot of people are put off because a lot of Conservatives are voting to leave, but that if you're claiming to be rational and putting that point of view forward, then you're not rational, you're just an idiot. Because the whole point of equality of opportunity is to give everyone the same opportunities. Which means if someone is generally on the regressive end of things, then you should take the points that they do get correct and give them credit for that, so that they know, oh, people like that. I might start saying that stuff more rather than this. So it's just common sense, you fucking idiots, right? Whoever's saying that. Right. So, yeah, Conservatives are usually assholes. But they did put the point forward, which is suspicious coming from them, that we can control our own borders if we leave. Because currently other countries in the EU can vote on how we protect our borders, etc. But I do think the control of our own borders could help, even though Paris has said, oh, we might start arming these people. Everyone's been making really obvious but vague threats. So, yeah, they can all suck a fatten. Fucking hell. Why is nothing ever easy? But yeah, that brings me nicely on to my next point, which is essentially civil unrest, as my sister put it yesterday, because I did have quite a long conversation with my sister about this yesterday. There is a parallel Islamic justice system using Islamic Sharia law, sorry, which has slowly been integrated into major cities across Europe, from people sneaking in with refugees, and in certain places it's something like only 10% of refugees taken in like in certain countries, this is, or certain cities, the only 10% of them were actually refugees. The other 90%, who the fuck knows? Now, isn't that a scary statistic? Yeah, scariness. Ooh. Anyway, back to the facts. The things that, actually matter. But yeah, basically they're implementing their Sharia law in these major cities because they're rejecting the laws within the countries. If you reject these laws within the countries, go back to a country where they have Sharia law and where you can live comfortably in that knowledge. But don't come crying back when you don't come back with your Islamic Sharia into our cities when you get scared that your government, who's using the same justice system, comes after you. Do you not see the contradictions there? It's just fucking idiotic, right? Okay. I'm just gonna move on to the next bit of this because I'm getting too annoyed at that. At the illogicalness of the people who do this sort of thing. A good example of this would be an Islamic extremist man, I should point out, responsible for over 100 deaths. This was brought up by Kraut and T recently. I think it was on the German Guilt video on Sargon's channel. But anyway, a man responsible for over 100 deaths. Actually, I don't think it was on that video, but oh well. I think it was on one of his videos, but I'm not sure. No, it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it was on the German Guilt one, actually. Anyway, let's carry on, because I'm going off on tangents too often now. So yeah, a man responsible for over 100 deaths was protected by his small Islamic community to the point where he could go out for coffee. Now, if that's not fucking ridiculous, then I don't know what fucking is. And it was when the SWAT team actually came to arrest him, they had to get riot police to protect them. They had to get riot police to protect a SWAT team because the community around was throwing rocks. If you don't like the justice system in this country, get the fuck out, you fucking morons. Why did you come here if you don't like it? Morons. Go fuck off. Right, has some anger gone, so... yeah, on the brighter side, I don't think it'll make as much of a difference as people are saying it will. So, yeah. I'm only making this today because this is the day when you have to be registered by. So if you're not registered, I'm not sure if you still can register today, and this probably won't be uploaded in time for that anyway. So I hope this helps people to make some sort of informed decision, whether you're voting to remain or stay. No, that's the same thing. Whether you're voting to remain or leave, I don't mind, because, like I said, there's people I respect on both sides, and people I disrespect, well, kind of. Anyway, there's people I don't like on both sides, there's people I adore on both sides. So, yeah, I hope this made some difference in someone's informed decision somewhere. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I probably could have structured the notes better, but that's about it. I hope you like the fitting image on the screen as I've been going through this with the little escape pod. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This has been Twitch Truth, bringing you a nice little EU referendum chat thing. Subscribe, peace, and good night.